Greetings, Metanthropes, and hopefully you can hear and see me. I am John. I have QP next to me on my side to the screen to help me in case you are not hearing me or anything. So please say hello on chat. I am John. I'm your host and narrator, co-founder of Legitamine Games, and creator of Metanthropes tabletop role-playing game. And today, fixing the volumes a little bit because before we get into the heart of it. And today, fixing my voice. And so today is all about Metanthropes Anthologies, which is live now on Kickstarter, taking part in ZineQuest 2025. Big shout out to RX Oliver, who just filmed his testimonial, maybe the first, maybe many to come, about his own experience playing a 10 plus session saga of Metanthropes Anthologies. And the video is being edited and will be uploaded via YouTube and will be presented on our Kickstarter page pretty soon. So big shout out to Oliver, big shout out to 3 Neil, big shout out to the orchestrator QP, and send me a message in chat to see if everything will present itself above me, all nice and well. So go ahead, be active on chat. There will be a live Q&A here, so everything you say, your questions will be part of this campaign in one way or another. And boy, what a campaign it already is. It is maybe the little thingy box thingy is not working over here. Idiot Entertainment, greetings, thank you for being our very first chatter. Yeah, the live chat is working. Thank you so much. And I think everything's good. I think we're good, and I think we're about ready to begin our official live stream. So today, what to expect? Let me take a nice sip out of this oversized cup first. As you can see, I'm not taking my time. I'm taking my time. I'm not in any rush, as we can sit back and chill and discuss Metanthropes Anthologies, the campaign, the stories, the ideas, the schedule, the crazy live streams that we have daily, podcasts with other creators, create your own content, exclusives, discounts, community participation in many ways, shapes and form. Whoa boy, we can't wait to start talking about all this wonderful jazz. So if you have any questions, I'm here to all about answering you. Oh, Max, greetings Max, another veteran, I should say, or at least a couple of games. Hope to see you with more sessions pretty soon, Max. And Metanthropes Anthologies, what is it about? Metanthropes Anthology is the next step in the journey of Metanthropes and Legitamine Games, what began last year with Metanthropes introductory zine, again taking part in ZineQuest 2024, now 25, and we're participating with 3 zines now. It's an anthology, therefore, ergo the name. Am I using ergo right? Ergo, vis-a-vis. And yes, and we have 3 zines, as you can see on your screen, on this crazy high budget video that we have. I'm gonna switch it to the campaign page, and we're gonna slow things down in a little bit. As for now, I'm keeping the hype for our beloved 6 viewers. Thank you so much for being here with us. And Metanthropes, the next step in our journey. Metanthropes Anthology is it's 3 new worlds, 3 zines, beautiful UV spot treatment crafted zines, and 3 premium modules for Foundry VTT. And on top of that, as a campaign, as these 3 unforgettable weeks, which is on my clock, already like 3 days have passed. They've been so fast. We had the time to film 2 already episodes of the Legitcast podcast, but not of the our show. This is the first official live stream about our game, so we better go and start talking about our game sooner rather than later. Again, if you have any questions, I'm here all about answering your questions. And let me double check. There it is. This is a thumbnail. No, we're not looking exactly for that. And okay, I will figure it out. Let's keep the video playing for a little bit more as I talk the idea and the what's the journey, the behind the scenes journey, that you are here and eager to learn and eager to, I suppose, be entertained by my endless blabber. So let's take another sip. 3nil is very excited about the artwork on the zines, the covers made by our very own artist and collaborator Wormungray, who we collaborated last year with the amazing reality-shattering cover of last year. Now we have 3 brand new covers to showcase those 3 worlds that we are all about. Why am I having such difficulties here now with some simple things to show? I will figure it out. I think this one and test. So yeah, someone break the ice on chat as I'm doing some necessary changes pretty fast because we want to see our page live with you. There it is. Ooh, a bit of a rough patch here. Dang it. Okay, let's get back into streaming mode. And so Metanthropes Anthologies, 3 worlds, 3 themes, 3 modules. Let's talk about these 3 worlds. We have our very first world, which is Nether. Starting from the past to modern age and to the future, each zine is presented with which cover I like the most. We all wondering which cover 3nil is 3nil's favorite. So about Metanthropes Anthologies, players take and embody the role of Metanthropes, which are ordinary people gifted with extraordinary gifts, which are sent upon missions across the multiverse, across different times and eras, across different briefings and aesthetics and dimensions and locations, and obviously characters that occupy and bring them to life. And through them, players will unlock the extraordinary within, develop lots and lots of cool meta powers, learn how to use them, learn how to synergize their meta powers among each other, and also, most importantly, learn about the world and the greater mythology and the greater chessboard, the vast landscapes that are like a chessboard that's played on a whole other level by omni-powered beings, by beings that can shatter and create realities alike within a split of a second. And they shall witness some of this power, and maybe, and just maybe, if they survive and play the entire anthology series, by the end, they will even reach some of these power levels and flirt with the idea of being truly omnipotent, as this game entails. So, Nether takes us to the past, enter a timeline set in the distant past, where lost lore, forgotten souls, and shattered histories linger into the darkness. The certain front of each story is a character we call Concert Master. Yeah, there is some issues here with showing exactly, if you could remind me exactly how I will show the web page that I'm scrolling down. For some reason my mind is blank and I cannot think of it while multitasking all those things. Shout out to QP, the one in the chair who is taking care with technopathy, everything in between that I'm powerless to do besides speak about my game on the screen. So let's keep speaking about my game and talk about Nether, which is the centerfold of this character, of this story, Concert Master Akkadi is a brilliant madman, hell-bent on achieving forbidden knowledge, even if it sets the whole multiverse on fire. And this is supposedly the darker of the three stories. It takes part in the past, far in the way back in the Antiquities era, where the players discover the ancient Library of Alexandria, but not in the way that history, as we know it in real life, but rather a hub of a multiversal faction of scholars who go there and, store their knowledge, stored across many civilizations, across countless timelines. So whereas the story goes in real life that any merchant ship that would go in the era of antiquities by the Library of Alexandria, by rule of law, they were forced to give all the scrolls to the scholars of the library to copy them and give back the copies, not even the originals. That's the rule of law back then. That's how much important knowledge in the library was back then. And now take this idea into a multiversal concept, as a multiversal hub, where you store not the knowledge from a singular timeline, but from a plethora of them. And always in the form of analog knowledge. Therefore, the scrolls and the papyrus and the books, and never in computers, for reasons that you may discover soon as we're going to describe the other worlds and those that exist within. During this story, players will recover ancient scrolls, find theorems lost upon the multiverse, ancient knowledge. They will discover devices and face the ghosts of the past, figuratively and metaphorically, as the Nether dimension is filled with the souls of the deceased, and everything that is everything has been destroyed exists now in Nether. Everything that is lost now exists in Nether, including stuff like memories. Maybe your characters, your protagonists, have a repressed memory, or someone has wiped their memories for some reason, and they will discover this and that there. But should they dig deep into Nether and find the deeper layers, they might discover a looming incarnation of annihilation, spreading its black flames, engulfing whoever found it in its wake, and whoever is engulfed, forever forgotten. So this story has a lot to do about history, has a lot to do about memory, about immortality, about the price of power, the cost of knowledge, like the price of knowledge, mix them all together in one sentence. And the forbidden fruit, I suppose, I just thought this up. And again, QP, if you may, tell me how I can show into the little box of the video a window of the browser, because I tried the browser thing and didn't work, so I'm not sure how to do it, and a window capture will take so long. So let's keep talking actually about Nether, and because we have lots and lots of here to tell you. So everybody who loves like mythology, history, who loves like death and darkness, I suppose, and discovering mysteries, maybe a little bit of whodunit murder mystery thrown in there, but not so much. It's like very, very base for Metanthropes. This is all multiversal concepts and very weird situations. And as you may have seen on the Anthology series on RX Oliver's channel, and again, we have a full-on Anthology series, early beta, super early alpha, not even beta there. The maps are not there, but the ideas are there, and the great roleplay by RX Oliver and the crew is there to be entertained and see the vibe of Nether. QP, got you. It's on me actually. For some reason, my mind's completely blank. And the peer pressure of our 6 viewers does not allow me to remember this simple thing. I suppose, but for some reason the layers are mixed up. I'm not entirely sure why it's not doing what it's meant to do. So yeah, now we have a picture, but I would like to show a display. So where the display, give me like a moment, chat. I'm not gonna waste your time any longer. Yeah, I don't see it. So we're gonna have like the thumbnail for now, and it is what it is. Maybe, just maybe I will show you like a different one, maybe different. No, that's also difficult. So yeah, it is what it is. You know, like the classic QP, the classic Microsoft blue screen story. So let's just keep on rolling. Max is excited to throw meta-powered punches. Yeah, please, I require some help. Not sure, give me screenshots, give me something to help me snap out of it. But as for now, we're keep talking about Nether. Nether is a cover that you see on the right. You see shattered histories. You see the black flames of Nether. So what's up with these flames? These flames exist only in the Nether dimension. They do not produce any heat, nor do they really burn you. In fact, they're cold, ice, death cold, and whoever becomes engulfed by them loses their memories and or, depending on the fires, I suppose, they may be forgotten by others. So the spirits of the deceased, when they enter this new dimension, they become Ariven. This is like a level N spirit or something. And as Ariven, slowly but steadily they start to become engulfed by black flames. When a spirit becomes completely engulfed in the black flames, happens when all of the living, even like the generations past, of all the living that though they remember, the Ariven have forgotten them. And then the Ariven becomes one with the ashes and the black flames of Nether and forever disappears. But what happens when we have someone who is being remembered by others? And please, yeah, so let's get back into it. So what happens to an immortal soul? What happens to someone who won't be forgotten at any time point and you know, in history? Let's talk about like Caesar, for example. Julius Caesar is like someone who is very well known in history. So what exactly happens to the spirit of Caesar in the Nether dimension? Well, it becomes really, really powerful, and it kinda transcends from a spirit of Ariven to an anima of an eternal soul, which basically have powers of over Nether, changing the environment, have meta powers similar to level or even more than some Metanthropes, and even have, you know, influence in the material world, like aka the real life of in-game, by, let's say, spying through the statues that the humans create in their honor, and they can look through the eyes. So the next time you find yourself in Rome looking at the statue of Julius Caesar, maybe, just maybe, the anima of Julius Caesar is looking back at you through that statue, through Nether. That's pretty cool. I should write that down somewhere. So it is a screen display. I have a hotfix here, I think. Is this it? No, this is your overlay. Let me double check. Okay, let me put a new window capture. Test. Okay, and instead of that, it will. Okay, and we have liftoff with new profound use of wizardry and technopathy and many other arcane dark secrets, which I'm too afraid to even talk about right now, like completely clueless, oblivious to such wonders. But now I think it worked, and I think if I scroll down, you can view the page with me and experience this magical moment. Quite frankly, I'm surprised that you haven't left, and we have 6 devoted followers of Legitamine. And yeah, I think it worked. I think it's working. Maybe not maximize it. Yeah, minimize it again. Whoop, whoop. And I think now we can sync and watch this amazing campaign together. We were talking about Nether. If you have any questions, or if you want about like the brilliant madman of Akkadi, or the black flames of Nether, or the devices and the lore that's being found there, please do ask in chat. But I think it's a good opportunity to talk about some of the things that we're gonna see down the line, specifically in the add-on section. We have this crazy idea of actually incorporating the ideas of our backers, not just in the website or in even the modules of the game, in the Foundry VTT, the premium modules, but also as real estate in the actual zine of, the one they're gonna have printed on your hands. So we're gonna include an add-on option, which includes lore to the actual lore of the game. And when it comes to the Zine of Nether, it is in the form of theorems, devices, and anything that could be lost in history, combining anything that you like. Basically, it could be like some lost tale that you heard, like the Antikythera mechanism, or like an electric, like a Tesla lightning gun, or whatever you feel like it. Or it could be like a scroll with an ancient lore giving like cryptic descriptions to a location, or like code to the multiversal nexus point, or it could be like decisions located theorem, where you could write like your own like a theory of everything, as long as it fits like in a paragraph or a page or something. And, I think it's a fascinating aspect to be able to incorporate the ideas of the backers onto the Kickstarter page, but not just the Kickstarter, the campaign, but also immortalize, forever eternalize into the zine, into the real estate of the zine. And it's a quite fascinating project, and I hope we have some lore creators and legendary protagonists that we're gonna be talking about next. But let's go to the next world, the next zine, and the next module for VTT, Foundry VTT, which is Astral. So let's completely change the vibe and everything about it, and I will do that with you as we enter now a modern world, a world much like our own, one could say, but it's truly a twisted reflection, which is the entire globe spins under the whims of another concert master, the centerfold character of this zine and this story, the concert master Oneiros, the Lord of Dreams, which is a rogue Collectiva faction member, another multiversal faction, which is all about human and metanthropes working together as a cohesive collective, who this Oneiros claims have found inside the astral dimension, a dimension within dimension that leads to a realm where all your wishes come true. So there is the stakes are really high. Okay. Did it work? It's not really helping me right now, actually, so I'm changing that. The concert master Oneiros awaits for you in a glass tower, as we are in a modern setting. We see like a megalopolis, which is close to cyberpunk, but then again, purely modern. And but even though the technology, let's say, is very close to where we are right now in 2025, it's a completely different world, ruled in a way by lucid dreamers, corporate sharks, yeah, you can escape those, but also monks in meditative trances. So there's a political and like a landscape where there are many factions, human and metanthrope and multiversal factions alike, having their eyes set upon this ultimate prize that lies at the end of this story. So whereas normally in TTRPGs you don't play to win, this particular story has a prize, and what a prize that is. We're talking about an unlimited wish. We're talking about getting to your narrator, getting them up, throwing them off the chair, and sitting your beautiful ass down yourself and making the next move. It's not like an unlimited, like forever wish. It's just one unlimited wish. This is at least the premise. Does the Metanthrope, does the Concert Master or Narrators lie and there's nothing to be found there? If so, why does leave an open door to the protagonists to go there and discover and navigate among them, navigate themselves in an intricate web of multiversal geopolitical plays, backstabbing, spying, espionage, intertimeline espionage, and other cool, high level, next level stuff to wonder about. So Neil engaged with the audience. Thank you for the engagement. As says that doesn't trust Oneiros. Oneiros in many ways is meant to be untrustworthy. It's meant to be someone who you shouldn't be enthralled by. And that's the whole premise, that through the meta powers that this Concert Master, it's ever powerful Concert Master. We're not talking like a base level Metanthrope. We're talking about a high level Metanthrope here. And the Concert Master Oneiros uses their infinite manipulative psychic arsenal of meta powers to do everything in their power to sway the protagonists. Actually, maybe I shouldn't spoil too much, but it's not just the Concert Master that they should worry about, because when they enter Astral Dimension, we enter a landscape where our very thoughts and emotions take shape and form. And not just our surface thoughts, but our deeper core and beliefs take shape and form. So that means that the raw imagination, our dreams, this is a very important part, dreams, but there are subconscious thoughts and our fables and tales that we spread amongst our kin, and by us mean humans really, become incarnations and manifestations in the astral. So you could find your childhood fantasy friend, how you call them, like fantasy friends, I think they're called, like, that's not exactly fantasy friend. Special friend, something like that. Help me out, chat. And but you can also easily find your worst nightmares, but also, most importantly, you can find they're beckoning you to dare to take that unlimited wish, beings of raw psychic energies and incarnations of deities and other and I shouldn't say other and fictional characters come to life. So you may see like Odin person incarnated there, but you also may find something more vague, like a belief that something that's not real. I shouldn't like be more specific and insult someone. So to all the Viking brothers out there who believe in Odin, I am with you. We shall find Odin together in Valhalla, which is a landscape existing in my game in Astral. So why wouldn't you trust Oneiros is the first question. But the most important question that this story brings to the player's mind is, what would you do if you had an unlimited wish? Generally, Metanthropes is all about breaking boundaries. It's all about testing your limits and overcoming them. It's all about limitless possibility. And now this story presents to you, like, where are my zines? No, not next to you. So you will have a zine that presents to you with this actual opportunity, even low or mid-level, when it would be the time that you would reach this story. What would you ask? So speaking of the order of play of stories, so this is an anthology, right? It's not just one zine or just 3 separate zines, which means that you can combine them, and the order that you wish to play them changes the resolutions and the opportunities for endings for the next one. So this entire anthology series is not like pre-made stories. In fact, I describe it much better over here. You can combine all three and experience a non-linear saga which promises dozens of hours of storytelling and a multiversal tale like no other. So if it's not a pre-made story, and each of them is not a pre-made story, what is, you may wonder, rightfully so. I as a TTRPG fan don't really like pre-made stories, but I do like is taking like bits and parts from them and then growing from there. I suppose many other GMs and a lot more other creators like myself do the same process. So I would like to do the same with my game, but actually not the same. Like, based upon this experience, we want to create 3 worlds with interesting NPCs, interesting locations, interesting artifacts, and interesting antagonists and interesting like dimensions. Mixing them all up together, giving like a well in-depth background for our concert master and other central NPCs. Give as a narrator space for your protagonists, aka your players, to express themselves and discover the world. And then we shall give you like recommendation for resolutions, what would happen if Oneiros dies, if Oneiros has a final wish, and so on. But then again, leave it entirely up to you how you will mix every singular story together and create your own narrative. And now if you take all 3 together, knowing that as you play, like for example the story of Oneiros, you know that through dreams there might be a creepy, eerily door that leads to a plane full of dark flames, and there you can find Magistrate Akkadi and his own machinations. Maybe things change in the end, and maybe if they didn't go also well, and you played Nether first and didn't, you had like a little fight with the Concert Master as a coalition. When it comes to Nether, Aether, like the next story, whatever order of play would may be, those 2 Concert Masters might work together and form a new intricate and deeper and more scaring plot that might scatter dissonance across the multiverse. Or maybe, you'll make new friends and collaborate and work with them to see a unified goal. I don't know, it's a TTRPG, and every TTRPG has like endless possibilities, but this one is like based upon it. So you combine them, and now let's mix up the third and combine like how, and start to imagine how the different order of plays can create a whole different, but I truly mean the whole different narrative, different vibe, different feelings, different, if you face the antagonists found on Astral on the first act, it won't be as much as powerful as facing your deepest nightmares and getting lost in your like nightmarish field. And when it is on the third act, on the third zine as you play them in this anthology's epic saga. So to give you even more fodder for thoughts, let's dig into the third and final world, which is Aether. So this one is on the other side of the spectrum. This one is sci-fi. This one is set in the far future, but also in a far away, in an exoplanet extremely different than ours. We're not talking about the Kepler exoplanet series. No, we're talking about one of these like top 10 worst places and most bizarre places in the multiverse, in the galaxy, in the known galaxy, that scientists have figured out with crazy crazy flora and fauna. Obviously our scientists are not able to see that close, but the crazy phenomena, crazy weather effects, crazy, the very mother nature there is an untamed one. But unlike our Earth, our very own in Earth is an undiscovered one. And the players are sent into this timeline, this location, this mission to discover, to witness a future yet unformed, as the protagonists and the players will find themselves in a climax between 2 cosmic forces clashing in order to show and figure it out who comes up on top, which will become the ultimate being of a singular timeline a singularity. So whereas a concert master of our game, it is the most powerful metanthrope of a single timeline, it's not necessarily the most powerful being of that timeline. That most powerful being certainly is a singularity. A singularity is like a theoretical concept which exists also in our world. There are many singularities found inside black holes, but also singularities as the one being that has like the whole knowledge of the universe and knows everything that's happening, and is like a true godlike figure, being omnipotent, omnipresent, everywhere, all at once, all that cool end game jazz. So who are the two parts of this chiaroscuro? Who are the two contestants to reach such a high level in the multiverse? Because even in the multiverse is noticeable when you are like the numero uno of an entire timeline. But yeah, there are always bigger fish in the pond. We shall hopefully cover them on a live stream in the far future, talking about the truly top tier end game. But speaking of some who are very close into claiming one of those titles, on the one side of the chessboard we have the concert master Samsiel, a testament to metanthrope potential, but also a cautionary tale to what like max meta-powered raw energy and power can look like if it goes unchecked across the multiverse. Because we are talking about something like a paragon metanthrope, someone who has incredible power levels, incredible repertoire and arsenal of capabilities, and almost complete control over their entire timeline. How did they do that? How did Samsiel reach that level? Unfortunately, it's a very sad, epic, but also tragic, should I say, like an odyssey, and which resolves with poor the humanity's extinction, but also almost metanthrope extinction. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I definitely shouldn't have done that. Damn it, and now it's unsynced. Well, as I figure this thing out, let's talk more about Aether. And okay, a little bit from the top here. So on the other side of this chiaroscuro, of this epic class, who could match such a powerful metanthrope's power level? And it's not a single being, but rather an unstoppable force of nature, a phytomorphic, which means like a plant-based alien hive mind, spreading across solar systems, assimilating everything in its path. So in this overarching antagonist, we find something that is as relentless as the Borg of Star Trek, or the Zerg of StarCraft, or many other cool hive minds which you might have met in other sci-fi stories. And this one taking also the, the template of Mother Nature, of naturalism, of all the aesthetics and aspects, and aesthetics I suppose no, because it's an alien planet, but all the concepts that go with going against nature. What is the impact of meta powers on the natural lifelike environment, whether that would be on planet Earth and the animals in the forests, or in an alien planet with like purple mushroom animated trees, like rocks which are like pop if you touch them, like bubbles, or like radiation leaks and remnants of human technology even found there, but also huge Leviathan living spaceships, Leviathans living holograms, and remnants of human technology found there. And this mission will teach the players the scale of this game, what true power means, where they will witness celestial wonders but also cosmic horrors, and they will start to discover the underplaying, overarching storyline of Metanthropes, which resolves around a multiverse in dissonance, in dire need of new Metanthropes to join the fight, should I say, without revealing anything more. So what are you most excited about, Aether? Is it like discovering the alien planet? Is it like facing those OP enemies? Please throw it on chat. I would like to bring another theme that's mentioned by Mildra the Monk. Shout out to Mildra the Monk and his monastery, which mentioned that all the sci-fi stories that talk about and discover and interplay with a collective, a hive mind, a gestalt mind, have something in common, which is like the fear, the primordial fear of the human fear of losing your identity. Because if we become part of a collective, let's say that we discover, not just in my game, like a philosophical talk, I suppose, theoretical philosophical talk. Let's say that we are being encountered by an alien species which has solved all its problems, poverty, unhappiness, whatever, you name it. And it can give us the same thing, actually, the same like experience of living, but in the cost of losing our individuality and becoming part of their whole, their collective, which will be now our collective should we choose to join them. What happens to me? What happens to I if I becomes we? So certainly this takes part in the story, as it does partly in Astral story, as they are in their core. Even if you choose to play only one of them, they are interconnected into their core, and as they are with the whole Metanthropes mythos really. So, whereas, again, if you are joining us right now, Metanthropes Anthologies is live, and we have very cool add-ons and reward tiers which allow backers to incorporate the ideas into our game in the form of our website and our Foundry VTT premium modules, but also internalized forever in print. And this is an exclusive for this campaign. And whereas in Nether you can create scrolls, theorems, and devices, in Astral you can create dreams, like incarnated dreams. Like, let's go with the final act. There's this crazy chase scene when Neros is chasing them, and the incarnations of avatars of gods taking shape and form, or demons and divas and angels taking shape and form, and they have to pass through the silver mists of Astral infused with psychic energies, and discover some random dreams of random people. Those random dreams you can create, our dear backers, exclusively in this campaign. I think we honestly feels like a shocking, amazing offer that you should consider. And in the third and final word, our backers get to create exclusively the flora and fauna previously mentioned in this crazy, inhospitable, hazardous, but also wondrous and beautiful alien planet. So you can create like bushes with poisonous fumes, or you can create like a strange rock that if you touch it, you become connected with your ancestors. You can create a stair that has no gravity, and there are rocks like floating, and at the very edge you find like a radiation vortex, and if you touch it you unlock like radiation powers and unlock instantly new meta powers for your Metanthrope at the cost of half of your life. These are all things that you can bring to the game. These are raw ideas that are spewing out of my mind, and you might say, oh, I have to know the game really well to do all these things. No, we'll give you all the tools, everything you need, all the back and forth, the surveys, and the lore, and the content itself to bring you to bring your story. But yeah, add-ons is a story for another day. Let's get back into the core of the system, what Metanthropes rolls like. So if you haven't had the chance to play it, it's a new D100 system. That means that all the stats of the characters are in the form of percentages. I have 35% power, and by rolling, you're successful by reaching your number, and below, the lower you go, the better for you. Critical success is the numero uno. Critical failure is number 100. So this is what you need to avoid. It's very easy to learn. It's new player friendly with tooltips and examples. Tooltips in VTT with examples in every other form, and videos and all the things necessary. But still, we are in early onboarding steps when it comes to taking all the experience that we accumulate in these first few years of Legitamine games and create like a truly one-of-a-kind experience, and not just in a TTRPG, but it's like a storytelling medium. So in this game, you will feel powerful from your very first session. You don't have to play like 5 sessions to be able to burn things around. If you really like throwing fireballs, you can do that with pyrokinesis very, very early on. Theoretically, from level 1, you can set the world ablaze. And but it's not about kicking ass. There's a lot of kicking ass in this game through creating crowd control with gravity and setting the blaze, the world ablaze. But there is also lots and lots of roleplay options and roleplay awards. Destiny is a resource of our game, which basically rerolls and other cool stuff. So the more you roleplay, the even more powerful you feel in a ready system that makes you feel powerful, because you have some omnipotent characters out there. If you want to challenge them one day, you need to feel powerful, and you need to feel exponentially powerful the more you play. And this is where you go. So you're not tied to a specific meta power. Oh, I will be a pyrokineticist and I will just burn things forever. No, you can be a pyrokineticist who teleports and surprise their enemy. You can be a pyrokineticist who combines it with crowd control, things like control dark energy, but also combined with psychic things like retrocognition, knowing the past, and combine all those things. And one day in this game, in a few years from now, you'll be able to create a combo which you will be able to move the black flames of Nether yourself, giving a few what comes down the line. This is like on the armaments. Hope we get there in a couple of years' time. So there are no limits to which meta powers you choose. You can combine them all the way that you want, and all our rules will be fully automated in Foundry VTT, where we have premium modules, partnership. So this game you can play it's a flexible setting which you can play in past, present, and future, much like in these 3 anthology series. There is a multiversal overarching storyline which combines them, which introduces whole new stuff, like what would actually a community of meta-powered individuals who find themselves in a multiverse, which are even more powerful entities out there than themselves, would behave. Which alliances would they forge? What are these factions? What's going on? All there is underlying in the background. But if you want to play kick-ass fighting crime in the neighborhood, you can do that all that well without being all too well concerned what lies out there. And so yeah, what about the role play of this game? You might wonder. So okay, I can kick ass. There are some high level, next level shared concepts. So do I sit down and in between kicking ass, I contemplate my existence and the scale of the multiverse? Yeah, you can definitely do that. But as all TTRPGs, you can do whatever you want, but these are the unique factors of the roleplay of Metanthropes that's rooted to human frailties and passions. The very name Metanthropes, in case you hear it for the very first time, comes from the Greek word metanthropos, which translates to beyond human. So this game is all about transhumanism and taking consciousness and power levels and controlling the elements and all those things to the next level. But also this is like the meta part. The anthropic part, the second part, is all about human passions, frailties, errors, loved ones, unfulfilled desires, mistakes and realizations, growing, hating, loving, falling from your bike. All those things that can happen to a human existence can happen and does happen to a metanthrope existence. And in this way you can really familiarize with who you're playing, even if you're breaking realities and your mother calls you, and then which might be need, would you leave like the multiverse hanging? This is like, this can happen in the game, but this is like, I think we can grow way from there and bring like our own ideas as a community, as the metanthrope communities, of what we would do if we had truly limitless power. Again, for the sake of it, another theoretical philosophical question, but this is the very question of the game. What would we do with such power? What would we do if we personally were without bounds when it comes to exercising a great power? But what if there are others like us out there, and other spirits and other extraterrestrial entities and alien collectives and all those things? How would we behave with them? But also, how would we behave in those theoretically which are below us in the scale of power? Okay, the humans. Like, do we rule over humans as metanthrope kind, like a new supreme kind, Magneto in X-Men does and wants? Or do we try to find ways to elevate humankind and use our meta powers to bring new technological marvels, to bring them together, to end war, to do whatever it takes, and then reach for the stars, reach for new dimensions, exoplanets, and explore the depths of consciousness? Because maybe, just maybe, there are a lot of keys found there. Lols. So yeah, I'm streaming for 1.5 hours, getting close to my maximum ever streamed, I think. Or probably last year I did an all-nighter. That's even more. So without having any breaks, I should have more tea here. Now it's getting cold. Let's get to show you what we have next, because this live stream is all about revealing what's coming up next. So we have, you can see our rewards here. You can take your own sweet time and figure out which is the best combination of rewards and or add-ons to create and play the stories exactly as you wish, whether that would be just a quick tease with lore, as we mentioned, creating your own legendary protagonist who also becomes part of these stories, or creating your own antagonists, like your own crazy aliens or crazy spirits that all metanthrope community potentially will face through their stories. We have lots of ideas for stretch goals, including a solo mode, which may or may not reach. We are concentrated right now on the goal at hand, which is fulfilling and like being successfully funded, and we are very close. We're halfway there. If we go live, if we reach our halfway there milestone while being live, I will totally scream. So if you're watching us, please consider making me scream on chat. And if I haven't realized and I'm talking about something else, please mention it on chat. This will be pretty wild. So let's get a little bit over our team. We're again collaborating with Legitamine Games, collaborating with Neil, Wermungray, 2D Storyteller, and Perry Blake, retaining us from our very first campaign. Excellent co-workers, excellent artists, excellent ideas, and we definitely want them back. But we also wanted more creative direction. We wanted more guidance in many ways from form. We wanted more experience and presenting One Sick Puppy, a multidisciplinary design and publishing studio who is helping us with creative design. They've helped us create this amazing page that you're watching us, and will help us create and bring like our visual identity with our new font. We have a new font now, our official Metanthropes font. And but not just fonts, with our like graphics for our webpage, and all this is upcoming stuff that I'm talking about. Update on our webpage, update on our VTT experience with unique chat boxes and unique character sheets and all that cool stuff. And but also, most importantly, shout out to Spiros Drakatos, a very heartfelt shout out to Spiros, who is also a veteran when it comes to TTRPG community. I mean, like a zinequest community, should I say, with two zines, two successful zines. Dim Day Red series is out there, and it still continues with lots and lots of cool stories and world buildings across multiple mediums. So thank you, Spiros, for being with us and bringing all your expertise and all knowledge to help us take Metanthrope Anthologies, and not just Metanthrope Anthologies, Metanthropes Core, which is coming next year, and all the future Metanthropes. Should we make it there, spend your destiny now, Metanthropes, to reach it where this game should reach, deserves to reach. This for the team. As for the schedule, which we're very excited to talk about, we're talking about 3 unforgettable weeks, and we mean it. Last but not least, it was such a big hype to present Robot Pencil that I almost forgot to mention. Robot Pencil is a legend in not just the gaming industry, but in the entertainment industry. And for decades now, over 2 decades, close to 2 decades, and we are honored and deeply honored and highly excited to be collaborating with Robot Pencil, AJ bringing us as a principal concept artist and illustrator, and helping us bring Metanthrope characters to life. One of the things that we wanted to really help people understand is how Metanthropes look like, because our initial artworks were portraying earth-shattering, were reality-shattering beings, and now Robot Pencil will help us show them with clothes, and like this character over here, and with style, and with exuding and emitting, and like, not exactly the words I'm looking for, and like displaying their meta powers. What do those meta powers look like? What do those Metanthropes look like? We have already 3 illustrations and lots of concept art, which we're gonna showcase on our Kickstarter, which we're gonna reveal pretty soon. So thank you to those 2 new additions to our team, and then collaborating on this and the core project. Very excited where this will take us and how they will help us reach Metanthropes where we want it to be. So now let's dig into our schedule. 3 unforgettable weeks. Already lots of events have passed until I had a chance to talk about them. It is like truly unforgettable weeks, including forgetting to talk. There's a paradox here, but yeah, it's so busy. We launched a few days ago, late 4th, and yesterday we had 2 already events of our Legitamine series, but we had a testimonial from RX Oliver, and today is our very own live stream. So we're gonna have a lot more with a pink color. You can see like the live streams, orange the legit cast, and the blue is with the plays, the actual plays that we want to have with our backers. We want to play with you. We want to play live. We want to play also off record. If you're not feeling comfortable playing live, no need to show your face and all that stuff. If you are introverting. That's all cool. We just want you there and your roles and your voice if you want to roleplay. If you don't want to roleplay, you can just join us in an arena style and kick some alien or some spirit or other metanthropes in a PvP setting or a boss fight, arena. So we have like live streams such as this one, where we showcase bits and parts of our game, whether that would be lore, the dimensions and all of that stuff, or that would be development of our VTT news, or revealing the quick start, which we're gonna give for free to the community, and they will have a chance to see Spiros's design, which is fabulous, and we cannot wait to show you just a few final touches there and there. We reveal it on the 20th of February, so make sure to join us to get your own free copy of Metanthropes Quick Start on the 20th of January. But before that, we have a very huge reveal on the 50th of January, of February, sorry. We will reveal the roadmap of Metanthropes, how we see this whole endeavor, this whole franchise, this whole game to be played out throughout the years. As you might have heard, we are here for the long run. We are here to provide a grand overarching storytelling, and also many products which will get you like to high levels, combine your meta powers, more stories, and ways to run multiversal sessions with people all around the world at once, in a consistent multiverse, in a sandbox events. Let's ground where we are, where we need to be. We want to play with our backers first. During Metanthropes Anthologies, I want to give a very important shout out to the 24th of February, the penultimate day of our campaign, where we will have a live boss fight with that cool animated token that you might have seen on the trailer on the page, which you can check out now. So imagine yourself joining. No need to voice, no need to do anything if you're shy. Just you'll be appointed a pre-made, all-powerful arena champion, and you will fight this immensely powerful boss fight, throwing you tentacles with lethal perception of like activating psychic powers and activating forms. It's gonna be a blast. And backers, but also members of the community don't have to back, like to participate in these events. We would love you to do. This is our way to express and give you all the free stuff to the community and to the backers, and we hope to win them this way. We also hope to win them through an actual play of RX Oliver's channel, which has a full 10 session anthologies, which is very early, very, very raw, early access, alpha, really, and the maps are not there, the descriptions are not there, the storylines are formulating, but the ideas are brewing, and there's lots of cool role play, and you will give you lots of inspiration as you're waiting for the campaign, your parcel to arrive with Metanthropes Anthologies. Have an interview with Milda the Monk, and I would like to conclude today's stream. Did I mention? Oh yeah, I think I went over the Legitcast thingy. So the Legitcast is another wild idea, high budget idea that we had, and we are actually pulling it off in many ways. Not the perfect way, but definitely some ways. Legitcast is a live stream during ZineQuest 20, our run into ZineQuest 2025, with other creators participating in ZineQuest 2025, and it's all about talking about their game, but also, so it's all about promoting their game, not Metanthropes, but also, some shared feelings and shared experiences that we have, what it means to run a Kickstarter, what it means to run a zine and ZineQuest in February, and behind the scenes, and like picking the brains of other creatives. And through that process, I personally wish to learn more things, become a better game designer, become a better publisher, and also show you, the process, get you along the way, show you what it really means, what are the highs that we face, but also what are the lows, how much sleep or lack thereof we are having these days that we are running campaigns, how much a good launch or a bad launch can hurt you, or, I don't know, which we already have two episodes filmed, one with Lara, another with David. There are 2 short teasers out there when you can check this out. These things take time in my PC at least to completely render the full episodes. So we're gonna go like with a short, then with a long, and then maybe the whole episode. I sincerely hope, and I will do my best to have all episodes of all participants. So it's like 10 out of 21 days, not like few, and I'm grateful that many which are considered the bigger names and what are the flashier campaigns have said yes. Actually almost all of them, and they were the first who said yes. So thank you to them, and thank you to everyone participating in Legitcast. I want to create best content possible. I want you to enjoy our talks while we are having them, and I want also to show our shared communities, behind the scenes, what's the process like, and give you a chance to talk about your game. I know that some of the participants will be much, much bigger than Legitamine Games, but still, I don't really see those things that way, big or small. I will give you the same platform if I can, no matter how much, I can think of some silly metaphors, but I think you get the idea where I'm going at. If you want now to cross promo, sure, but I'm not doing it for cross promo. I think, how it's called in English, anidiotelis, anidiotelis, if any Greek audience can help me translate this word pretty quick. It's like doing things without asking something back. We did that last year with the Zine Uprising series, which was also live streamed, and we were like scrolling their campaigns the same way that I do now, and we were always backing however I could those campaigns. Now we have a different approach. We want to get to know the creators, create more enticing and immersive and interesting content, that transcends ZineQuest, or like it's what ZineQuest is all about in another way. And also maybe we don't have funds to right now to all the campaigns to support them the way that we did last year. So we talked about all things, and risks and challenges is a segment of Kickstarter that you cannot go without. And it's a chance for the creators to really express themselves and say some things about why backers should trust you, and what are the challenges. And saying that everything will go well, no problem at all, we think we got this, in any campaign isn't the way. You should be more transparent, and you should help your audience know exactly what they're going to get, when they're going to get, and how, and all those things. So with Metanthropes Anthologies, this is our second campaign. We're more experienced than the total noobs that we were as first timers last year. And we realized very early on, thankfully, that we need more support. We need to call the banner. So we are not alone. So as we mentioned, we have more experienced people behind us this campaign along. And this time we recently contacted and secured I hope we did, a pledge manager. Actually, we did. I hope we put it on the page. I think we have the banner of the pledge manager of BackerKit, which are going to help us with everything that has to do with a seamless post-campaign experience for backers. At this point, full disclosure, we did made a mistake that possibly greatly costed us during launch, and we included shipping prices when we shouldn't. When we're going with pledge ban, when we quickly remedied the situation, we contact all the backers that did the first hour or 5 minutes, whatever it was in the launch. So now don't worry about. We will, through Pledge Manager and BackerKit, we will find the best fulfillment services, and we also give you a chance to update and modify your campaign post your pledge post campaign. Um, Also, all the expertise from Robot Pencil and One Sick Puppy, but also 2D Storyteller and Wermund Grey and Penny Blake, everyone, and Neil, obviously Neil, our favorite MVP, everybody has experience, everybody helped us in their way, and they are helping us take Metanthropes where we want it to be, because we know it's not there yet, and Metanthropes Anthologies is our way, and like a hugely important milestone to get ourselves there. But during it, we decided to experiment, should I say, with many new things, new technologies, new ways to play, new ways to interact with the backers, new things that other, new things, let's leave it at that. And attempting to be an innovative company and not following a very well-paved path takes certainly its risks, and we certainly have nothing to regret about, even though the launch, this is being transparent, wasn't the one that we had in mind. This campaign had a lot of risks, from being like generally the game being a hybrid form. We're still getting questions, is this a video game? Not sure. From being an anthology with like 3 times the work for us in all aspects to pull out, and with including like high budget 3D cutscenes, which is like nothing, nobody really does. But those 3D cutscenes, making the part of the VTT, making the part of the experience, and doing all those crazy things. Not we just want to experiment things and see what this works. We have a compass. We have a north compass. We have like a guideline. There's a narrow path, as Paul Atreides says. And our light at the end of the tunnel, our compass, our like spirit animal, call it as you will, is always our narrative and the stories and the stories of Metanthropes, and how we want our players to experience them and experience them with them. So all those, the budget, the scale, the executive decisions, we base them wholeheartedly, and we march forward no matter what happens. I sincerely hope from the bottom of my heart we are successful in this campaign. We reach the goal, and we take all this experience, see what does work actually and what doesn't, which aspects, which of our crazy innovative ideas our backers and community found interesting, the 3D, the create your own aspect, the multiversal, which they didn't, maybe, this and that, maybe remove this, help me understand this one. We're learning so much through everything that we do, throughout, from bottom. We are like almost 1 year, like a company was like 1 year old, and we're still learning, still brave enough, and we able enough to take those risks, to experiment, to collaborate with other creators. And I think ZineQuest, crowdfunding, and maybe, should I just say maybe, for the 20th time in this live stream, in life, this is all about experimenting, collaborating, and working on what you love, no matter what, no matter the difficulties, no matter the circumstances. I should put like a little violin music maybe now. And even starting with a bumpy ride, remembering what your north compass is and going where your heart takes you. Thank you so much for joining me in this first of many live streams that will happen during these 3 unforgettable weeks. In particular, tomorrow we have a lore live stream focused primarily on the overarching storyline of Metanthropes. It's going to be all about the opera, all about the multiverse, all about the factions, and all about the omniversal threats that exist there, and we as Metanthropes must work together to defeat them and stop them before assimilate everything. And the next, we have lots of events. You can check them out on our Kickstarter page. We are in the need of support to reach and fulfill our dreams for Metanthropes Anthologies. Let me double check if we're going to have a live streaming on the first live stream before I close it, giving you all the backers and viewers a chance to become our backer here now and hear me scream. But this is the beginning. This might be the third day, but it's been a moment for me. This is just the beginning. We have so much to show you, so much to share. There are some surprises on the way. We do mean it that we have surprises, and we can't wait to interact with you, bring your ideas to life, play with you, and have fun with you. I have been your host and narrator, John. Thank you so much for joining us in the first live stream, and can't wait to see what happens in those 3 unforgettable weeks. I hope they close up with a very warm and nice feeling in everybody's heart that's involved. That's my wish, my only wish. And with that, I shall finish the stream. Thank you. Oh, whoa. Instead of finishing the stream, do we have any crazy recommendations for a raid? Not Critical Role, as QP suggested. Maybe someone smaller. I see tabletop RPG. Let's raid someone unless I find someone else on chat. So if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, I suppose, and do all that stuff. No raids. Okay, no raids. Why not raids? If it works, I will raid instantly. If it doesn't, no biggie. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, a raid has been created, so let's raid, let's spread that TTRPG love, and see you pretty soon. Stay legit and stay meta.